cowboy?
Cowboy.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cowboy the first.
No, he's the homeless guy that lived a couple streets over. You never. Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been around?
Come here intermittently since I was a little kid.
Oh, okay. So, a couple of streets over, I think it was Santa Fe. There's a vacant lot, and the owner was letting him camp out there.
Okay,
You know who?
I never
But did you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
He got a bike.
Yeah. He's gone. He was there. He grew up in this neighborhood. Yeah. So it's funny. They even had a newspaper article about him. What's her name over at Cindy over at Doro's? Used to give him a free meal and a beer every day. Every day.
I used to see him there. I live on Placentia.
Okay. So do you know Carol and Craig? No. Okay. I play tennis with her.
Although I do know a lot of faces.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she's the one that's jogging all the time or walking around the neighborhood. Walks around with. Okay. You would have seen her walking off Placentia. No, I know, but she's out all the time, every day.
What did you think of Cowboy?
Oh, I was wondering if somebody knew what happened to him. And I thought if you were local, you might know.
You know what's funny is I went to school in Santa Barbara and I knew a dude there who was homeless. It looked exactly like that.
Oh, yeah?
I never talked to him after.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people knew Cowboy. I mean, he was here forever. And he would do odd jobs. He did work for me. The guy that did my remodel, the contractor, he said when he was a kid, a teenager in high school or whatever, Cowboy used to buy beer for him. Anyway, got a lot of history in the area, and I just was, I'm so used to seeing him. I was just wondering what happened. So where are you living now mostly?
Madison, Wisconsin, but
Yeah. What kind of business? Menu business? What's that?
Wilkins University.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Nunya. I thought you were going to say menu business. Oh no. So what do you do at Cal Poly or?
No, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Okay. So you're just on vacation when you come here?
I've been able to have, been working remotely before the pandemic.
Okay. So what do you do for a living?
I'm an education psychology professor, but I work with research.
Okay. I guess, yeah, that makes it nice. My wife's an LCSW. LCSW, licensed clinical social worker.
Okay.
I was a psych major. I dropped out. I ended up becoming as a dropout. I became an engineer at Intel, and then director of regulatory affairs for Kodak back in the day. So let me ask you something. What do you think about this war?
It's insane.
Huh?
It's insane.
Isn't it? I mean, does it seem... How old are you?
53.
Okay, I'm 74. So I grew up... I was Vietnam age. Okay. And so the draft was going on, and I could have been drafted any day. And then they went to this lottery where they drew numbers based on your birth date, and I got a good birthday. Now, I would have been one of the last ones to go in the draft. That was just dragging on and on and on, killing and fucking up a lot of people. And then they finally realized that there was no reason to be there. But I thought maybe they learned something. But I know what they learned. They learned that there's a lot of money in it, and you don't have to win it. You just have to be in it to make a lot of money.
The historians are going to show sooner rather than later, I think, how corrupt this administration is. Now, Jared Kushner and a lot of the venture capital funds that he's running, they're in with the Saudis. They've got this wired.
Okay, so like I just heard today, like Polymarket, the predictive market. Okay, there's two of them. Not Eric. What's the? Oh, Don Jr. I think it was Don Jr. is partners with both of them, and they predict stuff like when a certain place in Iran's going to be bombed. So okay, so let me ask you this: can we talk for a minute?
We are talking.
No, can we go down here and I can get it for my YouTube channel?
Oh.
I mean, just down by the binoculars is where my phone is.
I prefer just to chat. And
Okay,
be on film.
okay.
That's cool.
Okay, so you're not on film, but I'm getting your voice.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know how well this is picking it up. I don't have my mics with me. It's getting me anyway. Okay. So here's the deal. Have you noticed a reeking stench coming out of Washington, D.C.? Have you noticed a reeking stench of corruption coming out of Washington, D.C.?
Well, yeah, it's plain as day.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we fix it?
I think that's easier said than done.
I think there's a way to do it now, finally, for the first time in history. Okay, so starting with 1907, the Tillman Act was passed to forbid corporations from contributing to federal campaigns, okay? And eventually it was repealed, right? And so every law has been repealed, or like Citizens United, every law has been clawed back by the Supreme Court overturning it. So it's either repealed by a corrupt Congress or overturned by a corrupt Supreme Court. And do you know anything about Citizens United?
A little bit.
Okay. So that's all you need to know is a little bit. So did you know that was a 5-4 decision? And did you know anything about Clarence Thomas? Did you know about Harlan Crow? Have you ever heard of Harlan Crow? Yes? Okay. So millions of dollars from Harlan Crow to Clarence Thomas, okay? And he just happens to vote in his favor on every issue. And Citizens United just happened to be one of the issues, and this has been going on for decades. Over a century, okay? So, what is the operating system for the United States of America? Our Constitution is the software that our country runs on. Would you agree?
Constitution is a software.
So what governs our country what is supposed to be our guiding light is our Constitution. It's our operating system. It's the software that runs our country, and it was written in 237 years ago. It hasn't been updated in 33 years. Okay, so every time you pass a law, it's going to get overturned. But what can't they overturn that? It's constitutional amendment, right? Here's the problem. It takes 2/3 of both houses of Congress plus 3/4 of all the states to enact a constitutional amendment. It's not that there hasn't been attempts to do it. There have been several. I think Bernie Sanders may have a bill. I know Pamela Jayapal, the U.S. representative. I know she's got a bill in front of Congress right now. So and Lawrence Leslie, the constitutional scholar, he's and represent us, and Robert Reich and Trevor Potter, who's a campaign finance expert. He's the guy who did Stephen Colbert's Super PAC. Okay, I met all these guys. We met for a week at the Cliffs Hotel just down the street here, and came up with the language for a constitutional amendment. Had a presentation at Cal Poly. William Ostrander was the guy who put it together. So everybody knows we need a constitutional amendment to end corruption. Every single major problem that we've got right now, you can trace the root cause back to corruption. And every existential threat that we're facing, the reason we're not addressing it, or the reason that caused it, is corruption. So whatever it is, we've got a corruption problem, and that's the number one thing we have to fix. Otherwise, everything is just going to keep getting worse.
So I agree with you in general. about everything that you're saying.
Okay.
I think it's completely irrelevant, though, when you have a complete, incompetent, insane madman in the highest office in the world making decisions that are completely unchecked, irrational, anti-constitutional, and unfounded in fact.
So why don't we stop that? I'm telling you, a constitutional amendment to outlaw corruption is the way to do it. And I'm telling you, all the experts and constitutional scholars, there's hundreds of state and local and national anti-corruption organizations in the country. None of them have been able to get a constitutional amendment passed. Represent Us, the largest one, has a 30-year plan to do it.
Right.
Okay, 30 years. We don't have 30 years.
We don't have.
So there's a way to speed it up.
Yeah. Well.
There's a way to do it. There's a way to end the corruption and get the country back on track.
I would love to think that's true.
It is true.
I'm profoundly pessimistic at this moment in time about.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how we can do it. Are you willing to listen?
I am.
I'll make it real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm working through a bad headache right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
I live with them. So.
Okay. I went for like a month just pounding every day, but anyhow.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're going through. So here's the deal. Do you know who Mr. Beast is?
The YouTube guy?
Yeah. Okay. Did you know that CNBC, Forbes magazine, the New York Times, Time magazine, the San Luis Obispo Tribune have all named him the most influential man in the world today? Did you know that? Okay. Did you know that he flew a Jetson 1 around the Chapman House about a month ago?
I saw when they blocked off the street.
Yeah. Did you know that's what it was about?
No, somebody said they were filming a commercial.
Yeah, it was Mr. Beast. Oh, okay. And it was a personal drone. So they went over they flew over the Chapman estate there, and down along the cliffs, and then over the Pismo Pier, and they landed in Oceana. Okay. So here's the deal. Mr. Beast launched this Team Trees. Did you ever hear of that? Okay. So what he did was he reached out to other influencers. Over 1,000 of them came back and said, everybody he asked said they would help, okay? And he had an idea to plant 20 million trees to celebrate getting 20 million subscribers. That was back years ago, because today he's got 473 million subscribers. He has more fans, followers, and subscribers than anybody on the planet, okay? So he wanted to plant 20 million trees, and everybody told him he was crazy. So he reached out to Mark Robner, or I think his name is. It's another influencer, like Mr. Beast. The little kids all know him. Whenever I ask kids, they're like, oh yeah, I know. You know, they light up. So, and Mr. Beast, they love him, okay? So all the kids got together and supported Team Trees, and they got 20 million trees, the right trees in the right place at the right time to fight climate change, okay? In the ground, 30 days, okay? Versus Represent Us, Jennifer Lawrence was heading the charge on that one. They had a 30-year plan to do it. So if he can do something like that in 30 days, and he's done it 2 more times after that, okay? Team Trees was the first one. He's a philanthropist. He started doing this when he was 13 years old. He cracked the code. He's only 27 now. He wants to be president. He wants to do good for people. He's the guy who can pull it off. If he gets, okay, so if you can name any influencer, I'm telling you, I know somebody like Taylor Swift would get behind solving the corruption problem in America. I know Jon Stewart, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson. You go down the list of influencers that have, when the billionaires buy influence, it's mostly media. Now they own all the media companies, and they control all the money that goes into all the propaganda, right? The only way to fight that is if you had your own massive media company, and the only guy who has that is Mr. Beast. I'm telling you.
You're a Mr. Beast fan.
I think, no, I'm not I am a subscriber. I'm not a big fan in that way, but I'm telling you, he's the guy who can do it. In that way, I am a fan.
I could see a YouTuber being president if we have a reality TV star currently the president.
He did a game show for Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I saw that.
50 million views in 24 hours, the first one. Okay, I don't know what he's at now. One video's got 1.7 billion views. There's only 8.23 billion people on Earth. That's 1 out of every 5 people have seen this video.
That's a big week.
He
Nice
does.
chatting with you.
What's your name?
Matt.
Matt, I'm Stan.
Stan.
Yeah.
All right. We see you
Okay,
around.
Matt. Hey, listen, I've got a YouTube. I want you to check it out.
Okay.
And then also, I've got this plan on the internet. It's on a website called Chuffed, CHUFFED,
Okay.
chuffed.org. That means it's a British term. British use it to mean extremely delighted, totally pleased, very satisfied, that kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah.
I talked to a woman from South Africa the other day who knew what it meant. I had never heard it before.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, take it easy.
care.